The mind and the heart. My name is Alex. I am 78 years old. I often sit by my window now, watching the world go by. It makes me think about the big roads in my life. Some roads I chose with my head, very carefully. Other roads I chose with my heart, very quickly. It's interesting how different those journeys were. I remember one time a big choice came to me. It happened many years ago when I was younger. When I finished school, I had two job offers. One was in my small, quiet hometown where I grew up. It was a safe job with a good company there. My parents were very happy about this particular offer. They said it was a sensible choice for me. They wanted me to have a secure future nearby. This job felt like the smart thing to do then. The second job offer was very different, quite exciting. It was in a big city, far away from my home. The job was with a small new company. It was all about music, which I loved very much. My heart pulled me strongly towards this big city job. But my mind told me it was a big risk. It was not as safe or as certain as the first one. I thought about it for many long days and nights. My head said, "Take the safe job. It is much better for you." My heart whispered, "Go for the music. It is your dream, remember?" In the end, my head won the argument. I chose the safe job in my hometown. I told myself it was the right decision to make. I wanted to be responsible and practical. So, I started my new job in my hometown. The work was okay, and the people I worked with were friendly. I earned a good salary and lived a comfortable life. My parents were very proud of my sensible decision. On the surface, everything seemed perfectly fine with my life. I followed all the rules and did what was expected of me. I tried to be content. But sometimes, late at night, I felt a little empty inside. I would listen to music, my old passion, for hours. I wondered about the big city and the music job there. Was I truly happy? Yes, I suppose I was content, but a small part of me felt quiet and still. It was like a tiny seed of doubt growing slowly inside my chest, deep down. Years went by and my life continued on its steady path. I did well at my job and I received promotions. I bought a small house that had a nice garden. Everyone said I was successful and doing great in my career. I even started a small family later on. My life was exactly what my mind had carefully planned. It was secure, predictable, and very calm. One day, an old school friend visited me from out of town. He had moved to the big city many years ago. He talked about his life, full of new things and adventures. He worked in art, not music, but it was creative. He seemed so alive, so full of vibrant energy. He asked me if I was truly happy with my choices. His simple question stayed with me. After my friend left, his question echoed in my mind. Are you truly happy? I looked at my safe life, my comfortable home. It was good, but was it fulfilling my deepest wishes and dreams? The little seed of doubt grew much bigger then. I realized that my mind's choice gave me safety. But maybe my heart needed something more, something different to feel alive. I understood then that choosing with my mind was not wrong. It gave me a good foundation, a stable and secure life. But it also made me ignore a big part of myself. the part that loved music, excitement, and adventure. I had been afraid to take a risk back then. I had listened only to the voice of logic. I had not listened to my heart's gentle song. This realization didn't make me sad, not really. Instead, it made me curious about what the future held. What if another big choice came my way soon? Would I listen to my head once again? Or would I, perhaps, be brave enough next time? Brave enough to listen to what my heart truly wanted to say? A new feeling started to grow. Some years later, another big choice came into my life. My company wanted to send me to a new office. It was in a very small, quiet town, even smaller than my current one. My mind said, "This is good. It is a promotion." It was a logical step up in my career. But this time, my heart felt something different. A strong pull away. Around the same time, I heard about a small music club. It was in that same big city I dreamed of years ago. The club needed someone to help manage it, not play music. It was not a big job, not a famous place. The pay was much less than my current job. My mind told me it was a foolish idea, a very big step backward. But my heart remembered the music, the dream I once had. It felt like a small, almost forgotten song starting to play again. I thought about it for a long time, day and night. My head listed all the good reasons to take the promotion. My heart just kept whispering about the music club. It was a difficult internal battle for many weeks. This time, the memory of my empty feelings was strong. I remembered the quiet nights and the unasked questions. I did not want to look back again with regret. So, with a deep breath, I made a new choice. I decided to listen to my heart this time. I said no to the promotion. I decided to try for the job at the music club. My family and friends were very surprised by this decision. Some said I was making a very big mistake. My parents were worried about my future and my security. It was hard to hear their doubts and their concerns. But deep inside, I felt a sense of excitement. It was mixed with a little bit of fear, but mostly hope and anticipation. So, I moved to the big city, the place of my old dreams. I got the job at the small music club. The city was noisy and very busy, so different from my old life. The work at the club was hard, with long hours. The pay was indeed small, and I had to live simply. There were many new challenges every single day. Some days I felt tired and a little overwhelmed. I missed the comfort of my old, predictable life sometimes. My mind would say, "See, this was not a smart choice." But then I would hear the music play in the club. I would see people enjoying the songs and the atmosphere, and a different feeling would start to fill me up from inside. I started to meet many musicians and artists. I learned new things about the music world every day. My life was not as easy or secure as before, but it was full of passion and new energy. I felt more alive than I had in many years. Small successes, like a good night at the club, felt like big victories to me. One evening, a young band played at the club. They were very talented, but also very nervous. I talked to them, gave them some small advice. They played wonderfully, and the crowd loved their performance. Seeing their happy faces, I felt a deep sense of joy. It was a kind of happiness my old job never gave me. It was truly special. I realized that my heart's choice was not about money. It was not about an easy or a comfortable life. It was about feeling connected to something I loved. It was about feeling that my work had a purpose. This path was harder, yes, but it felt more real. It felt like I was finally living my own true story now. My mind still worried sometimes about the future, about stability, but my heart was singing a new, much happier song. This song was full of different notes, some high, some low. But it was my song, and I was learning to enjoy. The richness it brought to my life was not in my bank account, but within myself. Now, when I look back at my life's journey, I see it clearly. There was the path I chose with my mind, and then there was the path I chose with my heart. Both paths were very different from each other. Each one taught me important and lasting lessons. Neither path was completely wrong or completely right for me. My first choice, the safe job, gave me security. It taught me responsibility and how to plan for the future. That stability was important, especially when I was young. It built a foundation in my life. My mind was trying to protect me, to keep me safe. I understand that now, and I am thankful for those years of calm. But my heart's choice, the music club, taught me about passion. It showed me what it feels like to be truly alive. It taught me to be brave and to take risks. It brought challenges, yes, but also great joy. That path helped me find a deeper part of myself. It showed me the importance of following what feels truly meaningful. I learned that sometimes the mind knows the safe way, and sometimes the heart knows the true way for you. It is not always easy to hear both voices. Often one voice is much louder than the other one. The real challenge is to listen carefully to them both. Then you must decide which voice to follow at that time. There were other choices in my life later on. Some were small and some were quite big. With each new choice, I tried to remember my lessons. I asked my mind for its careful thoughts. I also asked my heart for its deep feelings. Sometimes they agreed, which made the decision much easier for me. Other times my mind and heart still pulled in different directions. It was like a familiar internal discussion again, but now I was better at understanding both sides. I learned to find a balance between them sometimes, not always choosing one completely over the other, but finding a middle way if possible. This balance brought a new kind of peace. I believe that our choices make us who we are. The logical decisions help us build a stable life. The choices from the heart help us build a happy soul. We probably need a bit of both to feel complete. One helps us survive well in the world. The other helps our spirit feel truly alive and joyful. So when young people ask me for advice, I share my story. I tell them to listen to their brilliant minds, always, but I also tell them not to ignore their hearts. Your heart often knows what you truly want deep inside. It is important to find the courage to listen to that voice, even if it is a whisper. For me, life has been a mix of these two kinds of choices. The logical choices helped me stand strong on the ground. The choices from my heart helped me reach for the stars. I would not change the path I have walked. Each step, whether guided by head or heart, was a part of my own unique journey. Now, sitting by my window, I feel a sense of peace. I understand that choosing with your head is practical. Choosing with your heart can be magical. Both are necessary parts of a full and rich life. The journey is about learning when to use which one, and sometimes it's about learning how to let them work together. Life continues to bring new roads, new decisions to make. I am older now and perhaps a little wiser. I know that both my mind and my heart are my guides, and I am ready to listen to whatever they tell me next. The adventure of choices, it seems, never really ends for any of us. I hope this session was helpful. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting stories. Take care, everyone.